What's a full circle?
They've learned to just keep repeating the same pattern.
Make another circle that's connected to the circle you're making. Do something different.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it's gonna be connected. It's gonna be connected. But you still haven't done anything different. So when I say that, I'm not saying Akashic Records because that can throw someone off, right? I'm like, bro, you're making loops. Make another full circle. Wait, excuse me? I'm like, nah, you're making loops, fam. Like, you're doing the same shit over and over again. Make another full circle. It's gonna connect regardless.
It's basically like step out of your box.
And when I say it like that, I'm like, it is simple. Like, bro, you're making loops. Make another full circle. And they're like, I get you. I'm not saying Akashic Records, your past life. I'm just like, it's simple. So like, the way I explain things, some people don't get. But when people get it, they're like, why is that so simple?
And then you're like, finally. I'm like, bro, like, you don't need to move the earth. You don't need to move mountains. Just when you see the situation again, guess what? Do something different. I don't know what different is to you. I don't know what different is to you. Yeah, everybody's different is different. Just do something different. And for some reason, that's all they needed to hear. Like, it wasn't like, you need to do A, B, C, and D, and after the third chapter, you gotta do this. No, player. Just do something different. No, player. I'm gonna start using that. I like it.
It's shots fired.
Nah, player.
Like, the coin, I would say the coin is turned. I say things backwards sometimes.
The coin is turned.
The coin is turned. The term is coined, is the proper way of saying it. Because when you term a coin, when you say something, that's now a term.
Oh, you coined that term because it sounded brilliant or funny.
So I say things on backwards on accident. It's just my mind. My mind's weird, you already know. But
my mind is weirder.
I will say things backward on accident, like Yoda. So yeah, it's not on purpose. Oh yeah, because like the term is coined. What? Like the coin is turned. Oh. Okay.
It's almost like somebody has a patent on the damn term.
Yeah, and like for some reason the way it comes out is weird as fuck. But like if I say it in a joking, which I love comedy for a reason. We're off topic already. I love comedy for a reason. So people listen to you when you're not preaching at them.
It is so true.
And when you say something funny and you make it look purposeful.
Well, that's like the definition of preaching is someone telling you how you should do things.
Of course, and people hate
nobody likes to be preached.
No one likes to be told what to do.
I certainly don't like to.
Even though you're a teacher. Isn't that ironic?
No, I am not a teacher. I am a guide.
No, for me, not for you, but for me. I don't want the responsibility of your life. I just want to help you along.
That is so true.
You get me.
So true. Thank you very much, Dave Chappelle, for all your comedy.
I love Dave. I'm not responsible for your life.
Me too.
I just want to help you along. Not trying to pick you up, throw you on my shoulder. Let's do all these hurdles together. Like, nah, it may help my strength, but you're being hurdled, bro. Like, I'm not helping you. I'm just, as I tell people, I've told other people very close to me that all I want to do is just be I want to have money, but like my whole idea in therapy, my ultimate goal, even as a life coach, to get to her level, is I just want to be some random guy that talks to you, has a decent conversation, and let you go out and be somebody.
That's all I wanted.
That's
all I still want.
I'm not your hero. I'm not your spirit guide. I'm not your Sherpa. I'm not your Dalai Lama. Yeah.
Because you ain't leading nobody up Mount Everest.
Oh, God, no. If you got hella problems, I am so sorry. But I'm going to teach you how to climb rocks. But, bro, that's up to you.
Guiding someone is beautiful because there's always 3 roads to take.
Oh, 3?
You got that path, path, or carving a new path.
Can you say it again? Look at the camera and just say that one more time.
About paths?
You said 3.
Yeah, you got 3 paths. Some would say the right path, some would say the wrong path, but it's not. Because you learn both. You learn something if you take the wrong path, you learn something if you take the right path.
Sounds like a familiar conversation I had with somebody recently.
There's this path,
there's this path, and then there is that path that you carve.
Dare I say?
Dare say it.
How often is it we are putting labels on right and wrong, but how often, honestly, my hands are available for a reason, right?
Yeah, I like the hands.
How often does it go this way, though?
Oh, it should. That's the funnest and hardest way.
That's the fucking point, if we're to be honest.
It is true.
It's annoying.
Why?
Because we're confused the entire time. We're only, dare I say, we only learn the lessons when we look back and be like, well, fuck, that makes sense.
Well, that's where self-awareness comes in. If you do the right thing and say, you know what, that was pretty easy. I think I'm going to do it that way again.
Of course. But when you do the wrong thing, you're like, oh, no, man, I was being a hoe. I used being a hoe in a lot of different ways. No slut shaming. But being a hoe is basically like, I'm well aware I'm fucking up. Being a hoe. There's another word for it. And until I'm famous, we can't say it. Because I want you to say it with me, but you can't.
Why can't I?
Because I'm not famous yet.
Well, I will respect your boundaries.
It's not a boundary. It's YouTube. For me, it's not a boundary. It's not a boundary at all. It's if there was no camera rolling, because I say being a hoe. But like, I'm so comfortable with certain things that like.
I'm a spiritual slut. How about that?
You know, don't be, yeah. And 100%, I wish to be a spiritual slut. Now, I have to again rein it back in because I have so many more questions.
Well, you can't be a spiritual slut because you're a dude.
I am.
And sluts are only girls.
I mean, word bird, male sluts.
Sorry, feminist.
Spiritual pimp? That sounds bad. This is the joking area.
No, not really.
Can I be a spiritual pimp?
You can be a spiritual pimp.
I feel bad.
Why? Because the word pimp has been given a bad connotation.
Well, you're right, because slut, what's the difference?
Maybe you can change the meaning of that
if
word.
If you can be a spiritual slut,
yeah,
you can be a Why can I?
You can be
Baby,
a spiritual
I have issues. This is telling me right now that for some reason, pimp doesn't bother me. But a spiritual pimp, for some reason, I'm laughing. Like, I'm whole laughing because I'm just like...
Well, we need to think about that word and what it means.
Okay, we're getting off. I want to dive into it real quick. This is just fun. Outside the podcast, I have more questions about the spirit ball and everything else. But we're going into the spiritual slut, spiritual pimp real quick. So, dare I say, there is a male idea of a slut. There's a woman's idea of a slut. They're close, but we don't know what they really mean to the other gender. Is that correct?
I just want to know why we're given the bad names and y'all aren't.
We have bad names, but dare I say, men are taught at a young age to like, it hurts, wipe it off. Like it's that's the nature of the game. We can be hurt, but what are you gonna do?
Well, my daddy raised me to be a guy. Then I would just
it hurts.
So
wipe it off.
My dad we used to get out there, and I played softball.
Yeah.
And we would get out there, and he would hit grounders to me, and they would come and pop up and
they would hurt.
The base. And I would be like almost in tears, and he would walk up to me and he goes, I don't feel it.
I don't feel it. But it's weird because like it's training for the world because nobody, be it male or female, when you have a caregiver, they want to teach you how to be strong. And unfortunately, dare I say again, when you're a caregiver, it's hard to teach somebody you care about painful moments because you want to empathize, and it's not like they don't empathize, but they cannot.
That's important.
They cannot show it. It's almost like they have to be mean.
But they have to be strong for you. Is what they're doing.
It is true. That's the idea.
Yeah.
But in the moment, it's like, you're a bastard. Why are you so mean? I am hurting right now. And they can't say this is for your future better because you're going to remember this moment in order to be strong in the future.
It's true.
They can't break that down. It's just
that's what they want. That's what they're actually doing, but they don't know how to verbalize it.
All right. So, not to go into it because we're getting off a topic again.
I don't even know what topic we were on.
I know, because it's just how it is. But just to, your ground ball versus me, my father is a bus driver / bodyguard for important government officials. My stepdad. And he's my father as well.
Oh,
but he's
I love that you say that. That's
he's my father.
And there were times, my first time driving, again, this is again spirit. No. My first time driving, the day I got my permit, he put me on a highway at night.
It's wonderful.
And I'm like, first of all,
Wonderful.
Father, I'm scared.
Oh, you were being a little bitch.
That's what do you think he told me? What do you think he looked at me and was like, you're being a bitch?
Oh.
I was like, oh.
I must be channeling your dad, right?
Yeah, because I was like, do you want to die? And it was like, well, if you don't want us to die, you'll make it there.
Yeah. But that's what you do.
But like, I'm like, this is a dope. Like, I have people that want to see me. I want to live. I want to have fun tonight. He was, I'm glad you do.
All right.
That means you got some more reasons to get there.
Precisely. And get us there safely.
And get us there safely. And I was just like, oh. Obviously,
that was a great lesson. But if you had a child and they had just gotten their permit, would you do the same thing?
I'm gonna keep it real with you. In a different way, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less paranoid. Not on their big day of their own self-adolescent adventure.
But why not?
But why not though? Yeah. All right. I'm glad you're graduating from 6th grade to 7th grade. That's what we're gonna do today. What do you mean? I'm gonna teach you how to shoot. Excuse me? Yeah, you know how to kill a man today. You're grown. Like, what's the difference? Because in other places, kids learn how to shoot. People who enjoy their first or second amendment right,
Their firearms.
they teach a child how to shoot a gun.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. Your uncle learned how to shoot at the age of 4. He's mad at me. You're now about a good 12. You're a good 12. We're gonna go outside and kill a deer, and guess who's scalping it? You. But Father, I'm sorry.
I know, but you've got. But it's so true. This is such an interesting story that you're telling right now.
It's funny
because my parents made me work my ass off. I mean, I had to mow my grass,
mow the lawn.
She's
strong.
I lived on a hill. You know, when you're little, the hill looked like that.
Big, yeah.
But then you go back and look at your childhood home, and it's like, shit, that thing wasn't that bad.
I mean, I even have calf muscle.
And you're sitting there like you're like mowing the lawn. You're like, you're never gonna fucking make my kids do this.
I'm vibrating in my toes.
It is the worst thing that you can do is not make your kids.
Luckily, I had allergies, so trying to make me mow a lawn, I will die, and it's your fault.
Oh my God! Put on a mask.
No, there was no. They didn't offer it. They knew I had allergies.
It builds up your immune system.
No, niggas were dying. Look, that was the word I was gonna say in the first place. That was the word, and you were like, oh, this isn't that. Don't use it.
Mm-mm.
It's my favorite word. It is.
Well, then don't use it around me.
Of course, respect. So that's funny. So I didn't say it earlier, and you're like, oh. I'm a spiritual slut, blah, 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 blah. But you know what I was going to say. And then I said it, and then you got mad. I win.
No, you don't.
I do.
I win.
Because I knew not to say it because it upsets you.
The N word?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that word.
But I was going to say that.
Because you're going to cut this part out, I can interrupt here.
I'm not going to cut this part out.
You should cut this part out.
I'm not going to cut this part out.
This is like a detour of all detours.
I'm going to keep this part
in.
in.
YouTube anyway.
Huh?
Can't say the word on YouTube anyway.
I
But
can.
it's so refreshing to see you act like this with another human being.
Oh.
He does this to me all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.